Bungie is practically giving away all of the expansions in Destiny 2, and yet it did next to nothing to increase the population. We're going to give you a breakdown of everything that happened from yesterday when this Destiny 2 expansion bundle launched to today. So if you don't know, the Year of Prophecy, we're talking Edge of Fate and Renegades, along with the 30th anniversary event, Witch Queen, Forsaken, Lightfall, Final Shape, and Shadowkeep, and Beyond Light are all for sale for $35 on Steam right now. 35 bucks, and you can have the entirety of Destiny 2 right now, which is crazy when you look at how much you're saving, right? Normally this would be 275 bucks. Instead, it's 35. They're basically giving the game away at this point. I don't think they could even make it any lower. Like there's already the base free to play game, and then on top of that are all of these expansions. And each of us out there watching, if you've been an OG, you've all paid like $100 for each of these, if not more at times. So after this launched yesterday, I was wondering if this would make any substantial increase in player population. And unfortunately, it would seem that the answer is no. This Tuesday, we saw a peak in player population due to the chest that's near Commander Zavala at 22,000 on Steam. It quickly dipped off down to 20,000. Yesterday, we had the announcement of this crazy gaming bundle. I mean, everything in Destiny 2 for 35 bucks is an absolutely insane deal compared to what we normally pay as Destiny players, right? And after we got that announcement, we talked about it. Everyone's talked about it. I mean, this has spread as far as it can go. We have seen really no noticeable increase. We had 17,600 people. I mean, we had a decline from the day before, right? Like this didn't spike up players playing Destiny 2 at all. And now here we are today. It's peak Destiny 2 hours and we're at 16,200, which means that we're continuing our downward trend on Steam charts, which obviously is going to correlate pretty closely with the Destiny 2 popularity charts, which were at really low numbers right now. We're at 100,000 less than Curse of Osiris' low point. And that's really bad in my opinion. I think it's pretty bad, and it says a lot about the state of Destiny 2 when Bungie is practically gives away all of the content for literally the cheapest it has ever been to be a Destiny player, and still no one's buying it. Like, this is crazy. And I'm not here to try and beat a dead horse. I genuinely, when I heard about this news, I was like, this is big news. We did a video covering it. It got a ton of views, and we linked everyone to that expansion bundle right here so that way you could purchase it if you're interested. I was thinking that this might actually make a noticeable difference to the Destiny 2 player base, but we were very, very wrong in that, at least so far. I mean, maybe in the long run, it might have some effect, but in the short term, this has not made any substantial change to the population of Destiny 2. And we know this specifically because this bundle, at least from what it says right here, is on Steam alone, and we can see exactly what the Steam charts say. So you would kind of anticipate that if this did make a noticeable difference, that the charts and the player population would go up from its like lulls of like 19,000, 16,000, 20,000, maybe up to like 20,000, 25,000. But we're in such a bad state of game right now that literally, I think if you just gave the whole game away to everyone for free, like I think if this bundle right here was not $35, if it was just free, like if they said literally Renegades is free, I still think you would see a little to no increase in player population. And that's really bad. Like that is really bad. When you can't get people to play your game, even if you give it to them at the lowest possible cost, that's when you know your game has a core problem that has to be solved. Like this is probably one of the most alarming statistics we've seen. I think the most, of course, is the overall population being lower than Curse of Osiris, right? That's really, really bad, of course. But when you see stuff like this, like when you see the population now is 100,000 players less than what it was from Curse of Osiris's low point, you think, okay, well, Bungie needs to do some stuff to get players into the game. And one of those things would ideally be making the game much cheaper. Like Destiny 2 is kind of an expensive hobby, kind of an expensive game to get into. So making it much more affordable for new players to come in is not a bad strategy to move the needle a little bit. But then the problem lies when you actually go through and do this, and this costs a lot of money, right? Like it's not, Bungie had to put in like millions of dollars to develop each of these expansions. So selling them at this cheap is, they're not recouping their losses very well at this low of a cost point, right? But it would be worth it if it actually moved the needle, I think. I think that if this created a substantial player population increase, even if it was just 5% or 10% from where it's been, I think it would genuinely be worth it. But when you don't see that increase, when you still see a decline, that is like super alarming. And I guarantee you that inside Bungie's headquarters, inside their actual studios, they're monitoring the population and they're intentionally giving away the game in this manner, hoping that it moves the needle, hoping that by making the game extremely cheap that new players come to the game. And when they see that the results are not what they lined up to be, they're definitely in a panic because there's nothing more alarming than basically selling your game at a loss and still not getting new players. Like I said, I don't think that they could give this, I don't think that they can give this away for free. But even if they did, I don't know that it would make a big difference. I don't know that if this bundle right here said 100% free Renegades, if the population, boosts up to 50,000 all of a sudden. I would love if that was the outcome. Obviously, it's going to cost Bungie a lot of money, and they definitely need to earn player trust back. But I think that's indicative of how bad things are. Honestly, at this point, they have to start paying people to play Destiny 2 because countless people even said in the comment section of the last video where I announced this, they're like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not paying that still. Some of you did, of course. Some of you will buy and some of you will be interested in playing Destiny 2. But a lot of people were still put off even after they've lowered the cost this much. And that alone, in my opinion, is probably the scariest or maybe the second scariest fact that we've found out during this low point. Maybe people are just sleeping right now. Maybe you're just playing some other games. Hopefully, like I've said many times before, Renegades delivers in a big way. We really need Renegades right here to be a massive success, and we need to build momentum, literally build momentum, not like a meme, but literally build momentum off of the success of Renegades, if it even gets success. Because right now, if you sell the game for so cheap, right? Like you're basically selling Renegades at a discounted cost and it's not even out yet. Like you're discounting the Star Wars DLC before it's even come out. It costs $40 to buy Renegades on Steam right now. $40 to buy just Renegades. And on this site, it costs $35 to buy everything, every single thing. So Renegades is already on a discount, and this still isn't moving the needle. So how much will Renegades move the needle when it goes live in-game? How much will this be able to rejuvenate the Destiny 2 player base? We can't have those answers now. We can't foresee into the future. We can only give our best estimated guess based on all of the previous data and information that we've seen over the course of many years playing this game and seeing what the ups and downs have been like. But I do truly believe like we are in a whole new era that we've never experienced before. And we can try to compare this to other things. Like some people say, oh, we were down here and obviously we were down here and Bungie obviously brought it back with Forsaken. Some people say, well, you can't compare a box product game to a live service game. And others say that, well, technically speaking, Edge of Fate was an episode and it launched with, 800,000 people, which kind of matches the other episodes prior to it. There's various different ways to spin it and try to interpret the data of this graph. Statistical analysis and statistical inference is very complex, like study and work. Like you can obviously take it in a variety of different ways. But one thing I don't think you can take in a variety of different ways is when you discount your game and you discount your big DLC that is meant to like excite the entire population of your fan base. When you discount this, Renegades, and the whole game, and still people aren't playing, I don't think there's a positive way to spin that. I just don't think that you can look at that and be like, yeah, no, it's fine. Destiny will be fine. Maybe it will be. I hope it will be. Obviously enjoy playing Destiny, and I've enjoyed all the memories we've made throughout all these years, but this is alarming in my opinion. This is really bad. Let me know what you think about the new information we've presented here for you down in the comment section below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications on, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.